Hello everyone and welcome to Paper and Moose. It is mail day and today's mail day is made possible by Steve from Durham, North Carolina. Steve has sent some amazing things through the mail, one of which I am going to start working on to bring you some videos, and that is of the transcribed letters of the soldier. So be on the lookout for those. Those will probably start happening in the new year. 2023. But yeah, Steve has found and sent some just crazy things from Yellowstone to Peaburg to paper to military, dental, can't forget the dental stuff. One never knows what he is going to send, but we're going to find out today. I also want to say thank you to all those that have sent Christmas cards. It's always fun to receive cards. I still, as of this video, have to send out my Christmas cards. I probably will do that today. It is currently sleeting out here right now, so I will not be venturing outside. So it's a perfect day to perhaps make some hot chocolate and write out some cards. Let's get to the mail. This is a big box. You can't even see the entirety of the box. Ugh. So who knows what is inside? Now, Steve also usually sends a card that has a great photograph from a historic place in his town. So, what did I tell you? Oh gosh, there's a big description. Let's see. This is Pamela Strand Photography, for those that are interested. And this is of a building. A great old historic building, I'm sure. Renee, sorry I wrote too much as usual. Don't worry about that. I had that problem in college and in grad school. I would have to go through my papers and edit out about 10 to 20 pages because I provided so much information. I thought it was relevant. I guess it wasn't. Anyway, the photo on this card shows the Crest building in downtown Durham. You may know, I probably do not know, that S.H. Crest and Company, they were a chain of 5 and dime department stores which operated from 1896 to 1991. He didn't know either. Well, I don't know either. Samuel H. Crest opened his first store in Natatoke, Pennsylvania, about 100 miles from me. I've never been there. I've never heard of the town. In 1887, the actual Crest chain began in 1896 in Memphis. At its height during the first half of the 20th century, Crest had prominent downtown buildings in towns and cities across the U.S. Samuel Crest believed his buildings should be works of art, adding to each city landscape. So many were architecturally remarkable, like this Art Deco, Art Nouveau example. Steve is just giving us a history behind the paper lesson, a nice short one because I tend to go on and on and on. The Durham Crest building was built in 1932, although there was an earlier Crest store at another location. Seems odd to be building a huge store during the Depression, but I'm sure folks are glad for the work. Exactly. The store operated until the 1970s. The unused building was bought for office space and largely gutted inside. Progress. In the meantime, an urban renewal program about 1858 had removed many buildings of similar age in the vicinity to make room for a freeway. Progress. Fortunately, this one was saved. And most recently, the Crest building was restored and turned into pricey swank condominiums. Progress. See, here in the town of Phillipsburg, we just take farmland and we put warehouses on it. And now our once Phillipsburg Mall, the mall of my first job as a teenager, that's been sitting empty for years. And it can't be 5 years already, only maybe 3 or 4 years. And there's discussion of warehouses. Go figure. The building is said to be haunted. Oh, how fun. Apparently, a teenage employee, oh, you're gonna make me do work here, research here? Apparently, a teenage employee named Anna Lee Powers worked there in the 1940s. She was not on good terms with her father. Her father died while she was still employed by Crest. Brad Kennedy of Tobacco Road Tours told the rest of the story in 2019 to a WTVD reporter this way. dark and stormy night. Okay, get ready. One night, Anna was closing up the store. The folklore goes that she went to retrieve napkins from a shed, and suddenly she hears this voice. It was a man's voice and angry, and it said, Anna Lee, Anna Lee. She looks around and no one's there. Maybe it was the wind, maybe it was her imagination. She looks for the napkins. She's picking up the napkins and the door, boom, slams shut. She got locked in there forever. Kennedy says Powers was found 2 days later in the shed in a pool of her own sweat and tears. She tried to claw her way out of the locked shed. Oh, that hurts my fingers. No one knows how the shed got locked. Off to the newspapers. I got much of the other information about Crest and Durham Crest building from Wikipedia and on an organization called Open Durham. And all that history from a little photo like this. See? History behind the paper. There. History behind the paper episode. Thanks to Steve. As for the stuff in the box, once again, photo albums, but not Yellowstone. That's okay, because the photo albums you sent me are amazing. Bag 1. A random find album of postcards and greeting cards. I don't know anything about these, but some of them look like they might be the kind you collect. Maybe we can try and go in order of the bag and seeing it in the paper. And if I want to read some newspapers from Durham, oh, comic section. I used to love to read the Sunday comics. All right, I don't know if we're gonna be able to. This is bag 1. That's bag 5. Bag 2. Maybe this is bag 1. Bag 4. Bag 3. This must be bag 1. Bag 1. Hope you guys made some hot chocolate or something. This is gonna be a long mail day. Ta-da! Vanna White. Now it's always tricky showing these albums because sometimes stuff falls out and then it's kind of, oh, how nice. We have some cards. Wade Park Manor. Managing Director. Spacious Suites. New Era of Living. A lovely picture of our hotel. Huh. So there's just an assortment of the, oh, see, I told you stuff falls out. Great old cards with their cute pictures. Lovely colors. We have some Christmas. Oh, and then there are the postcards. That's an odd mixture. There's some more cards. Ideas. 2023. Oh, wow. So there are even photos in here. Huh. That lady showing a fish. I love their outfits. This is a total, this book, scrapbook spans all kinds of years. Because these are more like 1950s, 1960s cards. Maybe some 40s thrown in. But then you have the photographs, which certainly are not from the 60s. All the little baby announcements. Yeah, 1940 greeting. Betrothed. We have even marriage announcements in here. Huh. This one's in German. Oh. We have DC postcards. 1940. Alvinia. That's a great name. Yeah, the back is filled too. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be busy next year. That sounds really far away, but it's not. All right, now that we've conquered bag number 1, bag number 2, an album from the 1920s from a Japanese family in Japan. This one will be a trick to research because much of the writing is in Japanese. Must be a translator on the web. I actually think the Google app on your phone, like that you use for like the Google Lens, I think that translates. I've tried it. It's not that, you know, wonderful. I don't know how how correct it is, but it could be a help. Some writing is in English. I figured this loosely pairs with German Air Guard member albums from last time. Yes, 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 yes. That would be great. So bag 2. Which is this one? Yeah. Look at this book. This is amazing. Even just the cover of this is crazy. So look at the cover. It's like a little binder. Hope cigarettes. That's so neat. How do I open it? Oh, wow. Huh. Now, I wonder if this also goes backwards like some of the writing does. Or oh my gosh. Naruto Middle School. Naruto Middle School. It has their last name, year 3rd. Oh my goodness. Can you see that? Wow. Let's try it. Little sister. Okay, I'm going to take out my Google app. And I think if you just take a picture, it might translate. Well, if Google works. There we go. Search. Translate. Oh, that can't be. It said, but my scent is gone. I don't think that's what is written here. I do not know. No, it's focusing on my light. There we go. I don't think that's the right translation. We'll end on this cute photo of the woman and her little baby. If you could see it. But wow, this is, I don't know if learning Japanese is on my to-do list for 2023. I still have to conquer German, but hopefully maybe I can finagle with the Google Translate and it'll come up and I'll be able to find out a little bit more history about this family. But what a treasure. Bag number 3, photo album of a named Coast Guard member. It's got a lot of family photos, but the back half has many shots from his time in the Coast Guard. It also includes training certificates from Coast Guard stations at Cape May, New Jersey, and Groton, Connecticut from 1953 and 1954. I believed he served on the USS Rockaway and the USS Eagle. You know, Coast Guard items I find, especially related if you think of World War II and pretty much any, you know, conflict, I think that they're very, I don't come across them that often. I personally had family members that served in the Coast Guard and the Merchant Marines during World War II. And I think, you know, the Coast Guard and certainly the Merchant Marines were not discussed that much. You know, I think it took, I don't know how long for the Merchant Marines to even be formally recognized. All right, so bag 3. That's bag 5. Well, we're just gonna leave that out. Another great album cover. Oh, my little lamp, I moved it. We need that on. There we go. Oh wow. Cotton's Cabs. Right, yes, this is bag 3. Yeah, so here are all the wonderful family photos. Your classic shots out on the lawn. Your car photos. Your neighbors. The dogs, the cats, the school. Oh, there's even some, oh, look at him. So perhaps you'll be able to see some. There'll be some loosey-goosey pictures I could show you. Oh, and there's the, yep, the Rockaway and the USS Eagle, 1954 in Amsterdam. Wow, that girl, look at that. She's up in the air doing a split. Can you see that? That's crazy. Here's a view from on the ship. Oh, and they got married. There's married photos in here. Oh wow, there's more. Sailboat. And there's more. Oh wow. Oh, here's also, oh, there's photo booth photos. William. With love to my wife, Billy. So I must have went by the name of Billy, nickname. Board the CGC Rockaway, April 1954. There's a lot of great pictures. But yes, I love the photo booth photos. We can take this one out. I think it probably tells a lot how they pose too. Like, did they do serious faces? Did they do funny faces? Were they kissing whomever they were with? Well, William, thank you for your service. We'll have to do a bit of research, add this to the pile. Coast Guard, Merchant Marines. I actually just looked. The Merchant Marines weren't granted veteran status, I think until, was it the late 80s, early 90s, which is crazy considering what they did in World War II. He was a storekeeper. He took a course at the United States Coast Guard training station in Connecticut for storekeeper. That is so fun. Oh, I've come across a few of this style album. These tend to break a lot. Oh, wow. Wow. These are all gonna fall out. Oh. It's like a picture of, like, there's like a big portrait of a family. I like this picture that fell out. It's just him in the bunk. Papa reading letter from Mama. High spot of the day. So then there's pictures in town. I know you can't see them very well. I'm sorry for that. Brady Air Base. Holiday, a fun carnival. There's a car that's like a float that they must have did. I love the, whoever took these photos just, I think, had an eye. Like, look how neat this one is. I mean, it's simple, but I like the lighting. Oh, it's gonna be glary. The man on the bottom. And they wrote, oh well, Hollywood. Hollywood's lost. Oh, I'm gonna have to get some of that material that takes the paper off so that I don't ruin it. I'm guessing he was thinking how good he looked, and Hollywood's lost. He was a nice looking man. The 8th Army troops. Says there are a few little, oh wow, look at those. Oh, that's history. And yep, there are the aerial shots. Amazing. Oh, there's another great photo of him in the plane. Oh, wow. Ay, caramba. Even playing pool. So yes, a lot of these photos, well, besides, I think every photo has writing on the back, so that's going to be a great help in identifying and just trying to capture the history of these photos. We need a good blizzard so I can stay home for a month and just research. I'm gonna have to make sure I'm stocked up on tea though. Wow, what an album. Last but not least, we have bag number 5. World War II album from the 236th Combat Engineer Battalion in the China Burma Indian Theater, who worked on building the Lido Road. Someone put the photos into a newer album. The Lido Road was built in 1943 across 1,000 miles from Lido, Assam, India to Kunming, Yunnan, China, after Japanese cut the Burma Road in 1942. Building the road took 15,000 U.S. soldiers, 60% African American, and 35,000 local workers. It cost 1,100 U.S. lives. Couldn't find a figure for local casualties, so it's described as a man a mile. I'm pretty sure the owner of the album is named. Information from Wikipedia again. Unbelievable. And that's something I've never heard of. You know, just because I studied World War II and the Holocaust in graduate school does not mean that I'm versed in every single aspect of the war. And I think a lot of people, you know, history buffs kind of get perturbed at that. But I never claimed to be, you know, the person that knows every single battle and every single account and every single thing. When I look back on most of the papers that I wrote in grad school, it focused a lot on the, you know, the stories of the people and what happened to them in their personal lives. Maybe not so much the battles, but oh boy, let's unwrap this guy. So, you see this out of the flea market, you're thinking like 1980s, 1970s photos. And I'm sure when I open it, it's going to be a big surprise. Oh wow, what in the world? Now, what I'm going to have to do is get another album to put these in, because these albums are not good for storage. Now, the trick is though that hopefully these, you know, have not fully adhered to the stickiness on the pages, and so I should be able to take them off without any problems. We have a U.S. military cemetery. That's so sad. This is, first I thought it was a blurb, but this man has, no, I guess it's just a spot in his eye. First I thought maybe he had a patch on, but they're posed with the crosses for the U.S. military soldiers. I had the honor, when I was in Italy, I visited the Florence American Cemetery of U.S. soldiers that died during the war and were buried in the Florence American Cemetery. And I took about 2.5 hours just walking around, and I thought of it as kind of, there are so many people here back in the States that, you know, they lost their brother, their cousin, their best friend, their uncle, and they would never be able to fly over there to visit their grave, their resting place. So I saw it as a means of being able to visit these men that gave up their lives, and you know, kind of as a visit for all those families, friends, relatives that would never be able to visit. And I consider that one of the best things that I've done on any trip over to Europe. and I would do it again. It's a very, very beautiful cemetery, and I hope that any American that is in that area could go and visit and pay their respects. But side note, now I'm gonna have to get books about this. Oh, look how cute he is. Let's see if he has a name on the back. Oh, they're kind of sticking already. Nope, I can pull it off. Ah, darn it. This is, again, I know I'm talking, but I really am speechless because this is amazing. Because you know, you see this kind of book at like your flea market and you're thinking, as I said, 70s, 80s photographs, and then you open it up and you find this, and it's just unbelievable. So I'll have to do a bit of digging and research. You know, how many of these type of albums exist? How many of those in this area during World War II took photographs? And those that did, how many of those photos survived? Did they make it over? Have they been thrown out since then? You know, have they been tucked away and never discussed and talked about? I mean, these are amazing. Then you have pictures with the local people. Again, you probably can't see it because of the glare. And owning this now, I want to be able to add to the history and the stories and provide those that are, you know, top-notch historians, top-notch researchers that are looking for these items to be able to have this add to their historical research and their books and etc. So it's about doing, you know, due diligence. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Junction, Lido Road to Burma Road. These are amazing photographs. It's gonna focus, there we go. Thankfully, Steve's done some research for me to help me get started. Oh, they're on camels. We gotta look at this picture. Oh. Can I peel? Can I peel? I think we have to wait. I gotta get out a specific tool. Oh, there's even Camp McCoy. These look much older. Did you know these were back there, Steve? Did you read that? These look a lot older than World War II. There's boxers. Huh. These might be World War I. These have to be World War I. They look a lot older. I don't know. Gosh, it says. Oh, there's another one of the cemetery. Oh, look at her hairnet. Oh, here's some all. Oh, good. Wisconsin. Camp McCoy, Wisconsin. Huh. Oh my, there's more. I was gonna say, thank you. There's more. Oh my goodness. Okay. Bag 6. Wrapped Surprise Not Dental. I mean, that album alone. And a lot of times I feel so bad because I feel like I should have, you know, a history behind the paper video every single day. And it's just, I wish I could. I wish I could. I take a long time to do research, especially if it's something extensive like this. Like this photo album would probably take me, I don't know how long, because I would want to cover everything. I'd want the little, you know, minute, the small details of this man's life. You know, things that others would be like, why? What does it matter? To me, it would. So just please be patient with me in doing all this research and getting the videos out, because I do genuinely care about the history, and the history is what makes me happy. So bag 6, wrapped, surprise, not dental. That's 7. There's one more. I don't know what that's gonna be. Is that a mug? I think it's a mug. Danger. Dangerous. Park bears and other animals are wild. Darn it, that means I can't pet them. That's a great mug. They had such great signs in Yellowstone back then, but now they cause many injuries to visitors. To protect you, our regulations prevent feeding or molesting them. Watch them from a safe distance. My new tea mug. And bag 7, wrapped, surprise, dental. Is there a photograph of teeth, an x-ray of teeth, an ad for teeth, an ad for a dentist? Well, we know it's not teeth because that's much too small. Oh, I don't want to rip it. A dental postcard? The story of Bunny Burrell. Oh my gosh. What? Oh my goodness. Use Burrell's tooth powder. So this is a little booklet, an advertising booklet for tooth powder. This is for kids. Bunny Burrell, a traveling salesman, had energy, push, and resource. His business was very successful, and so Bunny prospered, of course.